What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sold Out. And on today's episode, we have the serious player only second shoe, the Game1. Actually, I take that back. It technically isn't the second shoe. They have the Player 1 2023, this black and white model, which is upgrade from this model. And then they have the Player 1 Plus. This is the all black colorway that's not released yet. Not many have that one, but that is probably by far my favorite. I love that sneaker. Definitely a great sneaker, very light. This, however, I think is a little bit heavier. It's going to come in at 13.3, so weight on the sneaker is just a little heavier than their other models. I think this was 10.6 and I think that was like 12.5, something like that, so just a little bit under. Didn't feel very noticeable on foot or anything like that. But jumping right into the review, there was some things that I liked about this shoe. There was some things that I disliked. I pride myself in bringing honest reviews to you guys. I don't care if I get paid. I'm still going to say what it is. Like, if it comes down to that, I'd rather not work with a brand if they're telling me, hey, just don't bash the shoe. We know it's bad. I've never had anyone tell me that, but that's something I would just never do. But getting right into the review, working our way from the top down to the bottom, heel slip-in comfort, it was pretty good. The foam and the padding on the back feels pretty good for the most part. I did have an issue with heel slippage. So when I have issues with heel slippage, it basically is a no-go for me when it comes to rocking a shoe. So I tried to break this in. I tried to wear it. I tried to lace it multiple different ways. You can see this way is laced normal through this eyelet. This one, I kind of laced it back in through and then pulled it tight to see if it will pull me back into the sneaker. And unfortunately, it really didn't work that much. So that kind of sucked because I just can't have heel slip. Like, I don't want to recommend a sneaker to someone when there's any heel slipping. I think that lays room for injury, Achilles tears. It's not a scientific fact, but that's just something that I believe in. So it's hard to recommend a sneaker when it comes down to stuff like that. So heel slippage, it's there. You can definitely feel it. It is similar to the KD15. If you guys had heel slippage on that, it definitely feels about like the KD15. Now down on the laces. Laces are nice. Kind of rope laces. They're heavy duty, they're thick. The tongue is like a mesh screen. You guys can almost see that. See if you can get it up close. I'll show you guys in the B-reel a little bit as well. You guys can see that padding right here. Now, here was my biggest issue with this shoe, probably even worse than the heel slip. Now, when I tied the shoe right here, this right here and right here pushed together on my ankle so bad. Now, it wasn't on the right side as much, but I could feel it. On the left side, it really dug. So it wasn't really consistent. And the left side really pinched very bad right here. It was almost making the sneaker unwearable. I did break it in. I wore it around. I jumped on the treadmill for a while, and it still began to just cause me a lot of pain. Now, I've also heard this ain't happening to everyone. So I'm not sure if this is something Serious Player will go back into and say, hey, we are going to take care of it. We're going to try to make it right. And we're going to go through and revamp a couple things on this sneaker, whether they make it a 2.0 or Game1 2.0 or whatever they decide to do. Hopefully they go back in and they can, you know, just put a little bit more comfort into that area of the sneaker and maybe try to get rid of the heel slippage. I hope that's definitely something they will go back and look into. Now, down onto materials. I actually love the materials. I love what they did with it. It is built like a tank. You guys can kind of see it. It almost looks like there's tons of mesh, but it almost looks like wiring ran through there. This sneaker is definitely built very beastly. If you get this sneaker and it does not bother you or does not hurt your foot or anything like that, this will probably be my outdoor sneaker of the year. I think this thing could take a beating. There's tons of protection up here. You got the synthetics around the toe box, toe draggers. You are going to be safe. And then we'll get into some other things here in a little bit about traction and stuff and how I think about traction. But yeah, for the most part, I love the materials. There's tons of synthetic hits around it, protecting the mesh as well. You guys could see that just a little bit, like right in this area, you could see that. The heel counter was absolutely nice. I love the heel counter that they did back here. Kind of put a little venting system back there as well. The only problem with the heel area, obviously, is going to be the heel slip. Now, down onto the cushioning, which is by far probably my favorite thing about Serious Player Onlys. They came out with this right here. The drop-in midsole, the Evelyn. You guys can see that. It's tri-foam. I think they're calling this middle, this blue puck right here, that's gum, and this right here is popcorn, I'm pretty sure, and then this black all the way around is Evelyn, which is kind of comparable to the Lunarlon and the Kobe 11s that I have. Feels very similar, but this is better because it doesn't bottom out as quick, and you still get them high impact areas are protected. Now, this did not come with this sneaker. This is the one that came with this sneaker, this yellow one right here. This is the quick system. Now this is going to be for people who want more response. Like they're not totally worried about cushion. They want to be connected to the floor. They want to feel the court more. It's definitely going to give you more court feel while still getting some impact protection, but eventually this will bottom out. Good thing is you can buy these. Like this right here it says their strength system, but I think I'm pretty sure it's the support system. You guys can see this one right here. This thing right here is an absolute beast. And this fits in all these. I could switch this model into here. I could take the quick out, put the quick into those. That's what makes serious player only so freaking good. Nike doesn't do that. Way Away doesn't do that. I mean, I guess you could do that with the Way Away models with the boom cushioning, and then you could swap them out with the Cloud if they fit. I can't say that they do. I want to get another pair of Zions here and kind of do a review between all the drop-ins that I have, so you guys can kind of see what I think is the best drop-in insole. Definitely will come soon in a later video, but this right here, man, this is so much cushioning in the back. The impact protection on this almost feels better than air. Actually, I think it does. I love the heel impact protection that's on this support or strength system, whatever one they're calling it, because it says strength system on here, but I'm pretty sure it's listed as a support. You guys obviously know which one it'll be. It'll have this bar on it right there. They also have another model coming out too. I'm going to get that in hand very soon. But I did enjoy the cushioning on this model. I'm a guard. I like to feel low to the court sometimes. Sometimes I don't always need top tier impact protection in the forefoot. So you definitely get great court feel in the Game 1. I love the court feel on it. And you still get the heel impact protection as well. It's basically wearing a Kobe. To me, this is more like a vamped up Kobe 4 with a dropped in midsole. Like I said, you guys might not have issues. Not everyone is having issues with that pain right in that area. Just me. Maybe my foot. Everyone's foot's different. That's why I don't like recommending sizing to everybody, because they're always like, bro, what's the sizing? How's the sizing? Dude, I got a narrow foot, high arch. You might have a narrow foot, no arch. It's just so hard to recommend sizing to everybody, because then you're going to go buy the shoe and be like, hey, dude said I needed to go true to size. Well, your true to size isn't my true to size, so it can kind of mess things up. Normally, I would go with a size 8. I think my foot has shrunken a little bit. Not sure if it's because I'm getting older, but in a lot of sneakers, I'm wearing a 7.5 now. On this one, I do wear true to size. If you have a very narrow foot, high arch, you can go true to size. I can recommend that because that's my foot style. If that's your foot style, then you'll be good getting the same size sneaker as me in this model. Now, down on the traction. Like I said, this would probably be my outdoor sneaker of the year, and honestly, I probably will save this pair of sneakers for outdoor. I might have to wear a little bit thicker socks so I don't get that pressing in there when I'm playing outside. The ventilation's good on this. The traction is good on this. This traction was good on a wood floor. You guys can see the one spot that's a little bit messed up right here. You can see where the yellow kind of, quality control, probably let that slide. I mean, that's something serious player only in the future might want to kind of eye a little bit more, try to not let it bleed like that. Even Nike does it though. It's not like they're a Chinese brand, they're taking the cheap way. Definitely not. This sneaker is built like an absolute tank. If I didn't have these issues right here, this would probably be a shoe that's going to stay in my bag when I'm going to my men's league or open gyms or anything like that. It definitely would be a sneaker that I rock all the time. The discomfort just gave me just didn't give me a good vibe, so I really don't put this in my bag. I've been kind of wearing this around the house, hoping that issue goes away and breaking that in, running on the treadmill, and it still hasn't. So hoping in the future it gets a little better, but as of now, it has not. So yeah, outdoor sneaker traction, it's definitely it. You're gonna get a lot of use out of this sneaker. These grooves are deep and they are thick. So if you guys are looking for an outdoor sneaker, this will not be a bad one. This will probably last longer than any sneaker that I've had on the channel outdoors. I mean, that's almost guaranteed. Like I said, as long as you don't get that foot pain. Like I said, I don't get it in the right, so it might just be me. You know what I mean? It might just be a sensitive area on my foot where that pinches together a little bit. I don't think a lot of other people have had that issue happen. So, so take that with a grain of salt. You don't have to just say, oh, he had that pain, so it's going to be on me. You could check it out, and if that happens to you, go ahead and return it. You will feel it instantly. It wasn't something that I went to the gym, tied them on. I put them on at home, tried them on, and it happened right away. I was like, it's definitely uncomfortable. So as far as traction, the traction was good even on a clean gym. Dusty gym, had to wipe a few times, but it really wasn't bad. It did pick up a little bit of dust in the dusty gym, but every other sneaker right now is doing the same thing. The Currys, the KD 16s, the Jaws, everybody's sliding around. I've had multiple kids come up to me at our workouts. Jaws are slipping around. KD 16s are slipping out. KD 15s are slipping out. It's just the gym. The heater's kicking on this time of year. It's blowing all that dust it's collected. It's blowing it onto the floor. Janitors will get in soon, I'm sure, and probably sweep it up and do the squeegee machine on it and get it all nice and cleaned. But your shoes will probably perform better once all the dust settles and they get it all off the court, or it gets mopped up a few times. Now, down onto my recommendations. It was very hard to recommend this shoe because, like I said, I like to keep it real with everybody that's watching this channel. It's not like there's 20,000 people watching this channel right now, but I mean, I hope to change that in the future. But for the few thousand that are watching this, few thousand subscribers, I just don't like lying to y'all. If a shoe's shit, it's shit. I don't care if I get it sent for free. I don't care if money comes with it when it gets sent. If it hurts me or it affects me any way, I'm going to tell y'all. Like, that's just what it is. I'm always going to keep it real on this channel. I'm never going to front just because I love the style of a sneaker. I love the sneaker brand. I've had Nikes that have hurt me. I've had Converse that I would never even let my kids wear. I've tried so many basketball shoes that it ain't cutting it. Like, I would not recommend it to you guys. So for me recommending this to you guys right now, I'm not gonna bash it because Serious Player Only isn't Nike. Serious Player Only isn't Converse. They're not Adidas. They will go back into something and fix a sneaker. So I'm hoping to get a new model of these in the future, and I'm hoping that pain does not pinch around that area, because if it doesn't, this is gonna be a hell of a sneaker. Like, I love the model, I love the design. Kind of gives me that Kobe 4 type vibe, like I said. And even better, it has a drop-in. Who don't want to play with drop-ins? As far as I'm concerned, we need to scrap every sneaker that don't got a drop-in. I love playing with drop-ins, and there's just endless possibilities. Different foams you can use, different technologies you can use in these midsoles. I like the bumps right through here too. You guys can see that. Definitely do not slide around. Even if your foot gets a little bit hot, it still grips like glue, so you won't have no issues sliding around in the footbed of the sneaker. So guys, this is my rundown of the Serious Player Only Game 1. Like I said, if there's fixes in the future, I will get another pair on this channel and I will review the sneaker again and let you guys know my honest thoughts, see if they got into it, if they fixed it. If not, it is what it is. I don't think it's a bad sneaker. Like, if you want it for aesthetics, you won't have pain because you don't have to lace them up that tight. If you're a hooper, you do got to lace them up pretty tight. You will feel that pain. But I appreciate you guys watching this channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode of Sold Out. Peace.